In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, it's easy to overlook ancient skills that once meant the difference between life and death. One such skill is tracking, a methodical art that dates back to our ancestors. But even today, in the wild or in emergencies, tracking remains an invaluable tool for survival. Tracking is more than following footprints. It's about reading the environment, understanding subtle signs, and interpreting the stories that nature leaves behind. Whether you're lost in the wilderness, hunting for food, or trying to avoid predators, the ability to track can be your key to survival. Let's begin with the basics. Tracking starts with learning to observe the ground beneath your feet. Footprints are the most obvious signs, but even these can tell you a lot. The depth of the print, the distance between steps, and the pattern of the tread can indicate the size of the animal or person, their speed, and even their emotional state. Were they walking calmly or running in fear? Next, let's talk about ground disturbances. Nature is often subtle, but it leaves clues for those who know where to look. Broken twigs, flattened grass, and disturbed soil are all signs that something or someone has passed through. By learning to notice these small changes, you can begin to piece together a narrative of the events that occurred. Animal tracking is an essential survival skill. By recognizing the tracks of different animals, you can find food or water sources. For instance, deer often follow the same trails to watering holes, while predators like wolves may patrol the perimeters of their territory. Understanding the habits of animals through their tracks can also help you avoid dangerous encounters. Let's delve into some specific examples. Say you find deer tracks in the forest. Not only do these tracks indicate the presence of game, but they can also lead you to water, as deer need to drink regularly. Similarly, smaller animals like rabbits and squirrels leave telltale signs of their movement. These animals often follow predictable paths, which can help you set traps for food. Tracking isn't just about animals. Human tracks can be even more critical in survival situations. Imagine you're in an emergency situation and need to find your way back to civilization. Recognizing human footprints, discarded items, or even the pattern of litter can guide you towards roads, trails, or settlements. In some cases, you may need to track other humans, whether for rescue or to avoid potential threats. Understanding the age of tracks is another important skill. Fresh tracks are often crisp and well-defined, while older tracks become less distinct over time. Environmental factors, like wind and rain, also play a role in how quickly tracks deteriorate. By learning to estimate the age of a track, you can determine how far ahead the person or animal might be and adjust your strategy accordingly. Tracking also teaches patience and persistence. It's a skill that requires you to slow down, observe, and think critically. You must be aware of not only the signs on the ground, but also those in the surrounding environment. Broken branches, disturbed leaves, even the behavior of birds can offer clues. But what happens when you encounter misleading signs? For instance, animals often backtrack to confuse predators, or a strong wind might erase footprints. This is where advanced tracking skills come into play. By understanding animal behavior and environmental factors, you can learn to identify and overcome these challenges, making your tracking efforts more effective. To hone your tracking skills, start by practicing in familiar environments. Take note of the signs you see and try to reconstruct the events that led to them. With time, you'll develop an intuitive sense of what to look for, and you'll be able to track more effectively, even in unfamiliar or challenging conditions. Finally, let's not forget that tracking is about more than just survival. It's a way to connect with nature, to understand the rhythms and patterns of the natural world. The more you practice, the more you'll appreciate the intricate details of the environment around you. And in a survival situation, this connection could be your greatest asset. In conclusion, mastering the art of tracking is an essential survival skill. Whether you're navigating through the wilderness, hunting for food, or simply trying to find your way home, tracking can make all the difference. By learning to read the land and interpret the signs left by animals and humans, you're not just preparing for emergencies, you're embracing a deeper understanding of the world around you.